So there's this widespread misunderstanding that being regulated means that you're always calm. This isn't actually the case, because instead your nervous system should have flexibility, and when it has flexibility, that's when we're regulated. Hello and welcome back. Now, just before we get started, if you're watching this on the Total Somatics YouTube channel, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and press the notification bell so that every time an episode is released, you're the very first to find out. Also, just want to share with you, if you're not already aware, my TEDx talk went live a few months ago. So if you want to check that out, if you go to YouTube and in the search bar you put in TEDx Heidi Hadley, you will be then able to watch my TEDx talk, which is about pandiculation. So if you do watch it, please give me a thumbs up, share the video with anyone else that you know it resonates with, and please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you, and basically also hear your takeaway points from that TEDx talk. And then finally, I've got a really special event to share with you in the middle of January. So it's a free online event, and I'd love you to be part of it. And please share that information with anyone else that you also know would appreciate it. So if you want to know more details, if you go to totalsomatics.com/shift, as in SHIFT. So that's totalsomatics.com/shift. And finally, at the end of this episode, I'm going to share another special announcement with you. There's lots of goodies coming your way at the moment, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. But just before I share that information, I want to share today's episode with you, and it kind of ties in a little bit with our last episode. So the last time we looked at how we can protect ourselves from chronic stress. What I'd like to consider today is how we can create a flexible nervous system so that when we deal with the stress, we have a greater capacity or bandwidth to deal with it. So what I want us to consider is that all of us have challenging situations happening in our life, and they always happen when we least expect it, don't they? So one of the first things I want to do is share this myth with you. So there's this widespread misunderstanding that being regulated means that you're always calm. This isn't actually the case, because instead your nervous system should have flexibility, and when it has flexibility, that's when we're regulated. So what that means is that we should be able to move between different states, and it is healthy to experience all those different emotions. It's actually normal for us to feel highly stressed and uncomfortable. You see, the thing is, the word balance is being used a lot. There's a lot of these trendy words, isn't it? But balance is one of those. And it gets taken into things like work-life balance, emotional balance, physical balance. But people make the mistake that they think, or they try to balance their nervous system. They believe that the ultimate goal really of a regulated nervous system is to avoid activating the survival response. And yet, if we try to avoid that, we actually will cause more problems and more issues and have the opposite effect to creating a flexible nervous system if we're trying to control those fluctuations. And what that will start to do by trying to control or suppress that natural fluctuation that happens within our nervous system is it starts to cause us to have more rigidity in our body. We have more tension. We're more stuck in our movements and in our mindset. And our breathing is very shallow too. And that deepens the dysregulation within our nervous system. So the key to a healthy nervous system is not to be balanced, it's actually to have flexibility. And so that's going to allow us to experience the ups and the downs in life, and also letting us experience these different emotional states. And for instance, I found it really heartening to see how children are now being educated in schools by these little, have you ever seen these pictures of the smiley face, the sad face, the angry face, there's the different, and the love face, all these little faces to show that we have this repertoire of emotions and we should be able to experience them. But you see, a regulated nervous system really helps us by adapting to the various circumstances with ease. And that's why it's great to see that the little ones now, the little children, are starting to be able to feel comfortable in their body with these different emotions and feelings. That is deepening their capacity within their nervous system. That is creating greater flexibility. You see, a dysregulated nervous system, as I've mentioned before, creates this rigidity. It creates this stuckness. It constricts everything, and we're not willing to yield. And you see, what happens is whatever's going on in our body is a manifestation of what's going on emotionally and mentally. So if we're stuck and very rigid in our heads and very black and white about things, that will translate into our body. If we're curious, we're open to experiencing these different emotions, we will take that on, we learn from those situations, and it creates that greater flexibility or capacity within our nervous system. You see, you find that if your nervous system is highly activated or highly sensitive, you're going to at times feel very overwhelmed. You might feel anxious. You might have difficulty in sleeping. And so it's really important to learn how to regulate your nervous system. And so this is why I want to share this very special announcement with you. It's this invitation to help you learn how to create a flexible and resilient nervous system, to deepen or widen, should I say, that capacity or that bandwidth within your nervous system. And that's using clinical somatic movement, mindset, and mindfulness skills. And the reason I want to open up the membership, and that's what I'm doing now, is for the next few days opening up the Total Somatics online membership. So it's now officially open. I want to open it up because for many people this time of the year, it's very difficult. You know, there's all this talk, there's a lot of expectation, a lot of excitement happening, but it's actually a very stressful time of the year for people. And what I want to be able to do is create resources at your fingertips. You don't need to be booking appointments, or because we're through a holiday season, things have closed down. I want you to know that you have at your fingertips lots of resources. And although I will be technically out of clinic, I will still be working with the Total Somatics members within the membership during the holiday period. And so that's why I will be holding Q&As or answering and putting little videos within our private group so that you've got that ongoing support that's there. So what I just want to share with you is that the Total Somatics online membership covers everything from clinical somatic movements, so how we can release the tension and tightness in our body. It teaches us also mindfulness skills and mindset strategies, because I believe from over 20 years of clinical practice that we need them all to work together. That is what creates this flexibility and this greater bandwidth or capacity within our nervous system. We are so beautifully complicated and intricate. We are amazing individuals. But also what we need to do is have skills and techniques that we can do to come back into a state of balance or regulation. So when I say state of balance, we call it in the science world homeostasis. So your body is always wanting to come back into a regulated state. And that's what I want to share with Total Somatics. So there are lots of different areas within the membership that will help you, but there's actually a specific area called recalibrate. And I always encourage people to spend time in the modules at the very beginning of the Total Somatics pathway. So you really start to sense and feel and read the information from your body so that you can bring these skills and techniques in. And one of the key things that you will learn there is how to recalibrate and regulate and create greater flexibility and capacity within your nervous system. So there's many things I'd love to share with you. And if you are interested, if you go to totalsomatics.com and click on the Join Now page, you will see that the membership doors are now open. You can find all the information there. But just to let you know that the doors will only be open for a few days, and the doors will shut on Wednesday, the 18th of December, 2024. If you miss that closure date, please leave your details on the Join Now page, because when we close the doors, there'll be the opportunity for you to leave your email address. And when we open the membership doors in the future, you will be notified very quickly. But because we are going into a challenging time for many, many people, and I, as I've mentioned, I've done this many times over the years, seeing people, it's a very difficult time, very triggering time for people. And I just want you to know that there are plenty of resources to support you to, again, release that suppressed or that repressed feeling that may be coming in, so that when you start the new year, you've already started with this beautiful setup with the membership, that you can create that flexibility and that resilience within your nervous system. So together we can take on 2025 with wonderful optimism and focus, because you have got at your fingertips information that will empower you, it will educate you, it will enhance your health and well-being, because you will truly start to understand all those little things that we can do internally to create that flexibility and that regulation and that resilience within our nervous system, which, as you've learned in the last few episodes, has a knock-on effect elsewhere. So if you do join the Total Somatics membership, you will be in for another special surprise, because I will also be then holding, once the doors close on Wednesday, the 18th of December 2024, I will be holding a membership tour. So I'll be showing you around the membership and answering any of your questions, but it will be in a different location. So here I'm at home today, I'm away from the studio. But the next time I will be with my husband in the beautiful Kangaroo Island. So I'll try and set my computer up so you've got a lovely backdrop of beautiful Kangaroo Island. So we'll be there for a few days, and it will be really nice to share that with any of you that are going to be joining me for the Total Somatics membership tour. And again, just because on that subject, because we're at different time zones, everything for the membership I will record and then I will email it out to you. So if you're fast asleep somewhere in the world, you will get to hear that information. But there's always that access to contact me and ask me questions or queries or anything that you have. That's part of the deal with the Total Somatics membership. So I look forward to meeting many of you online. I've heard some lovely comments from many of you who've been in touch. So I hope to see you inside the membership, and we can go even deeper with your health and well-being intentions as we go into a new and exciting year, 2025. It goes very quickly. So I will see you soon. All my love, all my very best wishes. Take care. Bye.
Thank you for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating and also forward this on to somebody you know will benefit. To learn more about pain relief, plus how to improve your health and well-being, go to totalsomatics.com. Until next time, take care.